the Funny Car Eliminator champion, and there's his happy crew.
Just amazing. Tom McEwen had the choice of lanes. He took the right lane, and he goes up in smoke off the starting line. Beetle's off to a clean win.
Anything unusual happened back there in the starting line?
Well, I hate to say it, but that's probably our sorriest run of the weekend. We dropped the cylinder again, but I don't know what happened to Tom. He must have smoked the tires. Y'all probably know more than I do.
You took off pretty good, though.
Yeah, the car left good, but it went out and dropped the cylinder, and it just never did pick it up. So, like I said, we ran good and we won, so that's all that counts.
This has got to be the climax to a great year, which started kind of slow for you.
Well, not kind of slow. It's probably the worst year we've ever had. But it is really a good finish. It's the first time we've ever stopped with a win, so we hope we'll start off with a win next year.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Top Fuel Dragster Finals now. Rob Bruins and Gary Beck. This is the ultimate quarter-mile acceleration vehicle. Aluminum power plants, they burn the exotic blends of nitromethane fuel, can develop up to 2,000 horse.
6 months ago, nobody outside the Pacific Northwest had even heard of Rob Bruins. All of a sudden, here you are in your third NHRA National Event Finals in a row. Are you ready for this race?
Oh, I think we're ready, yeah. The car's been running real consistent. It slowed down a little that time. We had a little equipment failure, but I think we're ready, yeah.
Notice your crew is changing tires. Are the old ones worn out, or is this to try and take advantage of changing track conditions?
Well, no, they're exactly the same tire, but the tires that were on the car, they have the same amount of runs, but they've hazed the tires slightly the last 2 runs in a row. So rather than take a chance of doing it again, we'll just put on another set that we know worked the last time they were on the car.
Okay, Frank?
Carl's been over talking to Rob, and apparently all they're doing is changing the tire. Your problem's a little more complicated?
Yes, Frank. We've been running the engine extremely hard, and the track's awful good out there, and we've been hurting it. We're putting a few pistons in it, a couple pistons each run. And well, the air's cooling off. It's getting better each round, and we're just not quite keeping up on the tune-up. But we don't want to change it too much because we don't want to slow down either.
You got the lane selection here in this final eliminator. Which way are you going to go?
Well, I hope the good one.
And Beck has apparently got some problems, Carl.
Frank, that's Buster Couch, the official starter over there. It looked like he may be getting to give Gary Beck the cutoff signal.
Now, let's see what happens here.
Yes, I think he did. He's wildly motioning to the crew to get back.
And Bruins here will go at the single round. An easy victory in the world final for young Rob Bruins. And left at the starting gate with no place to go and trying to figure out exactly what happened, Gary Beck and his crew. Meanwhile, a very happy but very exhausted Rob Bruins winning his first World Finals title ever. Beck extremely disappointed. Here's Carl with our Top Fuel winner.
Just tell us what your feelings are right now.
Well, I was kind of down before the race, or before the final, because I really didn't feel I had that much of a chance to win this deal. I knew that the car's been running competitively and very good, but Gary just had a barrage of outstanding ETs today, and this, I just can't believe this. This is even better than the Fall Nationals, and that was right at home.
Remember the name Rob Bruins. He's reached the pinnacle here in the World Finals and certainly has a bright future ahead of him. Our congratulations to Rob and all the World Finals champions crowned in this 14th annual event, climaxing a great weekend of racing. And so for Carlos,
California, the thunder and lightning of motorsports, the 19th annual NHRA Winternationals Drag Racing Championships, the first national meet of the new year. Racing fashion on parade with the promise of incredible times and speeds in the 3 professional categories: Top Fuel, Funny Cars, Pro Stocks. They're all here: Garlits, Multani, Prudhomme, McEwen, Glidden, Beetle, record setters and champions entered in the Big Go West today on ABC's Wide World of Sports. No, those are not the Rockies, nor the Cascades. Those are the San Gabriel Mountains, which frame the Los Angeles Basin area to the northeast. And yes, it's been a bit of a cold winter in Southern California, but it's a beautiful day today for the 19th running of the National Hot Rod Association Winternational Drag Racing Championships. Hello again, everybody. I'm Keith Jackson. And as we begin the 1979 NHRA drag racing season, nearly $350,000 in posted cash money and contingencies available available at this event for the competitors. And we start the new season with two major stories. The fabled swamp rat, Don Garlits, did not qualify for the final 16 in top duel competition. And a woman, Shirley Muldowney, has run the second fastest trap speed in drag racing history at better than 255 miles an hour. It's not quite like a square off in the OK Corral, but they do call it Big Go West, and it's not really that far from it insofar as timing and discipline is concerned. Let's pursue that point right now at the start line with Chris Economaki.
Right you are, Keith, and a shootout it is. But in drag racing, a shootout is won by not the one who loosens the most bullets at his opposition, but by the one who has the lowest ET. That, in the lingua franca of drag racing, is elapsed time. The time it takes to crack the starting line lights, go 1,320 feet down the strip, and break the lights at the finish line. That time is the elapsed time. Top speed means nothing, though it's high and very interesting to watch. We look for a very, very interesting day here at Pomona.
Well, Chris, it has been interesting from the opening gun, especially in the funny car competition, as Don the Snake Prudhomme was upset by young Billy Meyer. Prudhomme with 27 career victories, a four-time national champion in funny car competition. He'd won the Winternationals 4 consecutive times, the first man ever to break 6 seconds in a funny car back in 1976. Knocked off by the 24-year-old from Texas. Prudhomme losing for the third time to this youngster Meyer. Now Prudhomme in the left lane in the white car. Knew full well there were some bugs in his machine as he came to the Christmas tree and waited for the green light. Just how big those bugs were, he really did not know. But from the very beginning, Meyer had control of the sprint over the quarter mile. And he went flashing off to a victory of 6.187 seconds, 241 plus miles an hour, and the Snake was gone. A stunning upset to start the day. And Don Prudhomme spent a reflective moment with Chris Economaki.
Well, Don, you know what both ends of the wide world are like now.
Yeah, that's for sure.
How long has it been since you suffered a first-round defeat?
Well, it's been a while. It's been a while, quite a while, but...
What do you attribute it to? Better man or problems with the equipment? What?
No, we've had problems. You know, he ran a good race against us and everything. It's just that we don't have our act together is basically what it amounts to. Something went wrong, and we've been searching for it for the last couple of months, and we just haven't been doing good. We've tried in different combinations and trying to get out of that slump, but it's one of those things.
What's it do to you inside, Don?
Well, it's just not good, you know. It's disheartening thing, especially when you think you're doing the right things, and it's not. It eats you up, that's for sure.
You put any of the blame on your own shoulders?
Well, sure I do. I put all the blame on it. You know, it's strictly my responsibility, and it's a situation that my guys try everything they can try and do everything, and I call the shots, and I haven't called them right, apparently.
How long does it take to get over something like this?
It takes a while, till the next race, till the next national event, the next time you're in the winner's circle, then you forget all about it.
Thanks a lot.
Now we move into the present tense as we see Billy Meyer come out one more time in the final run of the quarterfinal section of the funny car competition. Meyer in the red car here will go against 37-year-old Tom Hoover of Minneapolis, Minnesota in the left lane in the yellow car. Hoover, the 8th qualifier in the funny cars, 6.267 seconds, which tells you that he has been steady and he has been quick. Hoover's car prepared by his chief mechanic, his father, 73-year-old George Hoover. Billy Meyer, who's been racing funny since he was 17. The cars move into the staging area. Both staging lights are lit. At the top end, it is Tom Hoover. Hoover puts him away at the top end. Better than 233 miles an hour, 6.182 seconds. And old pro Tom Hoover moves on to the semifinals in the funny car competition. So Tom Hoover, who suffered severe burns a year ago, is back running hard.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the final run in the top duel quarterfinals as Bob Noyce takes on Kelly Brown. Noyce, a veteran out of Van Nuys, California. Brown, defending champion from Calabasas, California. Both moving into the staging area. The starter, Buster Couch, ready to launch them down this quarter-mile run. Noyce in the near lane. Good start. Good race. Top end, Bob Noyce. Bob Noyce has defeated the defending champion, Kelly Brown, and Noyce is driving the car that Brown won the championship in a year ago. So Kelly Brown changing mounts for 1979 watches the old horse beat him here at the Winternationals in Pomona. The Pro Stock semifinals ready now. Bob Glidden and Don Nicholson squaring off in the run we're about to see. Nicholson, 51 years of age, in the far lane. Bob Glidden is in the near lane. Glidden winning 33 out of 35, and it's a good start with Nicholson getting out first, but here comes Glidden halfway, and at the top end, it is Glidden pulling it away. Bob Glidden continues his remarkable success in Pro Stock competition as he beats back the challenge of 51-year-old Don Nicholson. Glidden at 34 out of Whiteland, Indiana. The defending national champion is now in the Pro Stock finals, and he waits for the winner of the St. Mary Hill run. Joe St. Mary is the last man to beat Bob Glidden. He did it in May of last year in Cincinnati. Roy Hill from Sophia, North Carolina, partially sponsored by Richard Petty, and works out of the Petty Garage. He's in the far lane, St. Mary in the near lane. Hill breaks. Hill's car breaks down at the start, and it's a solo dash for Joe St. Mary, who was the 14th qualifier in the Pro Stock competition. He finished 5th in the national points a year ago. And this is only the second time ever in his career that he has reached the finals in a national meet. So we're going to have a pair of Hoosiers in the Pro Stock finals. Joe St. Mary from Merrillville, Indiana, against Bob Glidden from Whiteland, Indiana. Now we're getting ready for the funny car semifinals. Here's Chris Economaki to talk to a man named Hoover.
Okay, Tom Hoover goes against Trip Shoemake in the funny car semifinals. You confident, Tom?
I'm up and up and up.
How you going to handle him?
With all I got, we're going to put her down about a 6:14 or better.
Yeah, you look a little nervous.
I'm nervous, but I've been here before. I think I can do it.
Go get him.
I'm going to try.
While we're waiting for the race, let's acquaint you with the starting procedure. You see those sets of yellow lights at the top of what is called the Christmas tree. As a car moves into a pre-stage area, the lights blink on. Move up just another fraction. The second pair of yellows go on. Now they're ready to race. The starter, Buster Couch, flips the go switch. And then at the bottom of the tree, it is quick and it is noisy, and all God's creatures need a little protection from all that sound. Now we're ready for the funny car semifinals with Tom Hoover moving into his starting position near the tree against 30-year-old Trip Shoemake right there, driving Johnny Loper's car. Trip Shoemake just beginning to make his move in late 1978. Qualified second fastest, 6.131 seconds. So he is a man to be reckoned with. It will be Hoover in the near lane and Shoemake in the far lane. And they move into the staging area. The winner goes to the finals. It is Hoover at the top end. Tom Hoover from Minneapolis. Right at 235 miles an hour, 6.24 seconds. And so the veteran continues to run very smoothly and very well. Tom Hoover marching right along into the funny car semifinals, and now he'll have a rest, cock an ear toward the public address announcer, and wait to see which man will join him in the big run for the money between Raymond Beadle and John Collins. Raymond Beadle, at 35 years of age, a successful businessman with a string of performance centers, driving the Blue Max car, won the 75 U.S. Nationals, beating Don Prudhomme, the only man other than Prudhomme to break 6 seconds in the funny car competition. John Collins, age 30, out of Long Beach, California, qualified third fastest among the funnies. He's been driving this kind of racing machine since 1970. He came strong at the end of 78. Now they move carefully into the staging area. The winner will go into the funny car final against Tom Hoover. Both are now staged.